Most cruise travelers avoid interior cabins like the plague. No windows, no balcony, no ocean view. To many people, they sound more like a tiny box than a vacation cabin. I used to think the same thing, but after sailing on more than 40 cruises and saving thousands of dollars, I realized something surprising. Interior cabins are one of the most underrated cruise hacks out there. They may not look luxurious, but they've helped me cruise more often, spend less, and enjoy my vacations even more. Today, I'll show you exactly why I keep choosing an interior cabin, even when I could afford a balcony. I'll also share the unexpected benefits most passengers never consider, including how upgrading to a balcony once turned out to be one of my biggest cruise regrets. Reason number 1. You save more than just money. On my last Mediterranean cruise, a balcony cabin cost about $2,100. An interior cabin on the same ship was only $1,400. That $700 didn't just stay in my wallet. It paid for 3 premium shore excursions, an unlimited drink package, and even a spa massage. Instead of spending extra money on a balcony, I spent it making unforgettable memories. The savings became even bigger on an Alaska cruise. After tracking prices for months, my interior cabin dropped another $450 just 2 weeks before sailing. One quick call to my travel agent turned that price drop into onboard credit. That's when I realized something many cruisers overlook. Paying more doesn't always mean having a better vacation. Think about it. Most passengers spend their days exploring the ship, eating, watching shows, or going on excursions. Very little time is actually spent inside the cabin. The money you save on an interior cabin doesn't disappear. It can pay for better experiences, or even another cruise altogether. Last year, I managed to take 2 7-day cruises for about what many people spent on a single balcony cabin. Sometimes the smartest upgrade isn't a bigger room. It's giving yourself another chance to sail. Reason number 2. You feel free to enjoy your cruise. Here's something almost nobody talks about. An expensive cabin doesn't just cost more money, it can quietly change the way you spend your vacation. When you've paid thousands of dollars for a balcony, it's easy to feel like you have to use it. Let's have breakfast on the balcony. Maybe we should skip the show and enjoy the view instead. Without realizing it, you start making decisions just to justify what you paid. I learned that lesson on a Caribbean cruise after scoring what seemed like a great deal on a balcony upgrade. Instead of exploring the ship, we kept returning to the cabin because we felt we needed to get our money's worth. Ironically, we missed activities we had been looking forward to. When I switched back to interior cabins, that pressure disappeared. My cabin became exactly what it was meant to be, a comfortable place to sleep, shower, and recharge before heading back out to enjoy everything the ship had to offer. There's something incredibly freeing about knowing you're not wasting money if you spend all day away from your room. Want breakfast with an ocean view? Head to the open deck. Want to watch the sunset? Find a quiet spot at the bow. Want to relax with a book? The ship has countless peaceful lounges. The best moments on a cruise rarely happen inside your cabin. And once you stop feeling tied to an expensive balcony, you may discover you enjoy the entire ship far more than you ever expected. Reason number 3. The best sleep at sea. One of the biggest surprises about interior cabins has nothing to do with money. It's the sleep. When I booked my first balcony cabin, I couldn't wait to wake up to beautiful ocean views. The reality was very different. Every morning, sunlight poured through the curtains before 6 a.m., filling the room with light. I tried sleep masks and even covered the curtains with towels, but nothing really worked. By the afternoon, I was exhausted instead of enjoying my vacation. On my next cruise, I went back to an interior cabin. The difference was incredible. Complete darkness, no sunlight, no reflections bouncing off the water. I slept through the night without waking up once. After long excursion days, that kind of deep, uninterrupted sleep became more valuable than any private view. Even afternoon naps felt effortless, because the room stayed dark no matter what time it was. When you're spending thousands on a cruise, every hour of quality rest helps you enjoy every moment you're awake. Sometimes, the greatest luxury isn't waking up to an ocean view. It's waking up completely refreshed. Reason number 4. Interior cabins are surprisingly quiet. It may sound strange, but some of the quietest cabins on a cruise ship are the interior ones. I learned that the hard way. On one cruise, I booked a panoramic window cabin overlooking the ship's central atrium. The views sounded amazing, until the nightly entertainment started. Music echoed through the atrium. People laughed and talked late into the night. Footsteps from the deck above never seemed to stop. It turned into one of the worst nights of sleep I've ever had at sea. On my next cruise, I returned to an interior cabin located between passenger cabins on a mid-deck. The difference was night and day. No outside noise, no busy public areas nearby. Just peace and quiet. Now I always choose interior cabins away from elevators, lounges, and service areas. That simple strategy has given me some of the best sleep I've ever had on a cruise. The irony is hard to ignore. Some passengers pay extra for balconies, only to be kept awake by wind, waves, or noisy neighbors. Meanwhile, I'm sleeping soundly in a quiet interior cabin, fully rested for the next day's adventure. If your itinerary includes early morning excursions, that uninterrupted sleep can make a bigger difference than any balcony view ever could. Reason number 5. Every inch is designed to work. Before booking my first interior cabin, I expected it to feel cramped and uncomfortable. Instead, I was impressed. Cruise lines have become experts at making small spaces incredibly functional. The closets stretch almost to the ceiling. Large suitcases slide neatly under the bed. Even the bathroom has smart shelves and storage spaces that make everything easy to organize. On one cruise, I tracked how much time I actually spent inside my cabin. After 7 days, the total came to less than 10 waking hours. That made me ask an important question. Why pay significantly more for extra space I'm barely using? Modern interior cabins are designed to maximize every inch. Comfortable beds, convenient power outlets, hidden storage, and thoughtful lighting make the room feel much larger than it really is. It's a great reminder that more space doesn't always mean better value. Sometimes you're simply paying for empty square footage. I'd rather put that money toward another cruise than a few extra feet inside a cabin I hardly use. Bonus: technology is changing interior cabins. Here's something that sounds almost too good to be true. Some modern interior cabins now give you an ocean view without having a real window. The first time I stepped into one on a Quantum-class ship, I honestly had to look twice. A floor-to-ceiling virtual screen displayed a live view from outside the ship, showing the ocean, sunsets, and even the ports as we arrived. No, it isn't the same as standing on a real balcony. You can't feel the sea breeze or hear the waves. But it makes the cabin feel much more open, especially if you don't like enclosed spaces. Some cruise lines have gone even further by installing virtual windows that simulate natural daylight. On one cruise, I booked an interior cabin with a virtual balcony just to see what it was like. It ended up being one of my favorite cabins. I could check the weather without getting out of bed, enjoy a simulated sunrise, and still sleep without the real sun waking me before dawn. It's a clever compromise. You get many of the psychological benefits of a window cabin while still paying interior cabin prices. For many travelers, that's a win. When a balcony is actually worth it. As much as I like interior cabins, they're not the best choice for every cruise. Some itineraries are simply too spectacular to miss. If you're sailing through Alaska, the Norwegian fjords, or Iceland, where breathtaking scenery surrounds the ship all day, a balcony can absolutely be worth the extra cost. I learned that on an Iceland cruise. While passengers spotted whales from the comfort of their balconies, I found myself rushing to the public decks, hoping to squeeze into a good viewing spot. At that moment, I understood why some people gladly pay for a private view. It also depends on how you travel. If you enjoy quiet mornings with coffee overlooking the ocean, love reading in complete privacy, or simply want a peaceful escape from the crowds, a balcony may be the right investment. But be honest with yourself. If your itinerary includes 5 busy ports in 7 days, how much time will you actually spend sitting on that balcony? Before upgrading, calculate the cost based on the hours you'll realistically use it. On one of my Western Caribbean cruises, I realized my balcony would have cost nearly $75 for every hour I actually spent on it. For me, it wasn't worth it. If your cruise is all about pools, restaurants, shows, and shore excursions, an interior cabin may be everything you need. But if those quiet moments with a private ocean view are what make a vacation special, then a balcony could be money well spent. The right choice isn't the most expensive cabin. It's the one that fits the way you travel. If you found this helpful, let us know in the comments. Which cabin do you usually book, and why? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more cruise tips that can save you money and help you avoid costly mistakes. Thanks for watching, and happy cruising.